Welcome everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. For your enjoyment, I will present to you Sims 4 Vampires. The introduction of the vampires to Sims 4. Now unfortunately, Sims 4 decided not to introduce the other supernatural characters such as the vampires and werewolf and zombies. Although I didn't really want the zombies in, I wouldn't have mind the werewolf and a couple of others that were in the Sims 3. So right now I'm just gonna pick a character. There's a small selection of different characters. You can change their complexions and hairstyles and things like that, but they're gonna give them the ears and the teeth. So I'm gonna pick just pick a basic one, nothing fancy. I'm gonna pick some traits for him. Well, he's a vampire, so I guess I have to make him evil. So I'm gonna make him deviant. But I'm gonna pick the joke one, mischievous one. He's self-assured because he's a vampire. What else would he be? So you got evil, mischievous, self-assured. You're gonna pick, let me see, could be money, you know, most of these guys are supposed to be rich. How about insane? What else would you have a vampire be? Self-assured and insane. So we're gonna go back on an old-time favorite name, of course, Count Dracula. We just can't name him Count Dracula, so we have to give him some other name. So we're gonna give him Count Dracula Johnson. Take his picture here. So now we're gonna pick the town. So there's a vampire town. It's called Forgotten Hollow. So we're gonna pick that town. And there are 3 houses, 4 houses, 1 lot. But there's only 1 house he can actually afford to move into. See, the other 2 houses are grayed out, and I believe someone may be living in that one already. So he has the basic house. So we got Widow Shield Town Home or Townhouse. I don't know if you can grow some plasma fruit here. Gonna take a look through here to see if any of those are available. So you have your basic starter packs. It's not giving you the option to grow plasma fruit. So you're gonna go into the house, look around a little bit. So the upstairs, downstairs, your basic bed and shower tub. He has a TV, basic TV, and a basic computer. He has a refrigerator, but he's a vampire and he cannot eat food. Or food, at least getting sick. And food is not one of his needs. Of course, it's his energy, his thirst, fun, hygiene, and sociability, so his social skills. So this kitchen would not be of any use as of now, although he may be able to cook for people that are coming over to visit, so he would get used that way. So I would still have him pick up his cooking skill. He can't eat the food, but when guests arrive, he can cook, so maybe just have him read some books to not actually do any cooking, because that would be wasting money. Let's see what kind of book is in here that's available. Try to find some type of vampire book, maybe some other skill books, and see where that will take him. So you still have all the basic books that Sims 4 provides. your skill books, your reading books, and other things such as those in your novels. So I might purchase one book. I don't really see any other books that I have an interest in for him to read. Maybe some bodybuilding books later on. I mean, he's a vampire, he should be really strong, but he probably has natural strength. So I'm gonna purchase one book here, and that will of course go into his inventory. Now he immediately ran to the computer to, I guess he was losing out on his fun.
Hey, free.
So as you see, he's self-assured, evil, mischievous. Those are his traits as of now. He's doing a lot of vampire hissing. So we'll probably try to get him some skills on this computer, maybe so he can work from home for a little bit, gain some skill and pick up some money at the same time. Maybe have him read, I'm not sure yet. Have him read for a few minutes, and then we'll see where we go from here with him. Trying to see how he can pick up in some of his vampire skills. How he's able to gain those skills. So right now I'm just going to take a look around town. You see it looks like they're on top of a mountain. Most of the things in this town you can't access just for viewing. You have a nice little lake here with a waterfall, but there's no interaction with that lake. And we have the homes over here to the right. Trying to see if there's any plasma fruit trees, but those do not look like they're available. Now you see they have a little statue there, like a bat statue. So it looks like we have a visitor coming over. Now it looks like to select one of those other houses, you have to go through a loading screen. So you basically have to fly or drive there through the loading screen. They have a nice little park here. So it looks some chess tables. We got some vampire monuments in the park. Old style benches. And hey, you got birds. That's something good. They have birds. I like you can interact with them. So he has his first visitor, and it's another vampire. That's his welcoming committee. By doing so, it looks like he earned a point in the handy skill, because he has an old house, so this house is going to break down very fast. So he's going to come out and talk to this new vampire that he has met. But as you see, as soon as they get outside, they will start to burn. So I'm trying to get him to go into the house, but to do some type of welcome, come inside. As you see, they're sizzling right now. The flames are rising off of their body, like they're about to incinerate. So he's saying, "No, son," and he's still talking about vampire bats. Yeah, he's he's pretty much burning up at this moment. So is the new vampire, although he may be more experienced, so maybe he can stay out there longer. So my sim is coming inside just to see if he will follow, or to see if I can get him to come into home. So you're not really giving any actions. Now I know vampires have to be invited in the home, but I thought he did that already. Now the other vampire, he's outside of the home on his cell phone. because that's what people do when they're on fire. Now he seems to have disappeared. I don't know where he went. Maybe walked around the house looking to see if somehow they automatically stock you with plasma in the refrigerator, maybe as a quick meal. But that doesn't seem to be an option. So as you see, his energy bar is halfway down. Now they can only refuel it by bed or by sleep. Well, sleep or using dark meditation. So he has a selection here. We can do dark meditation. So we're gonna try that. See if that refills his energy. So in this vampire world, there are different levels of vampires. So sort of like if you see in the movies where the older vampire who's been around for long has a much more power. So it seems to be the case here. So as you see, his energy bar is filling up by doing that dark meditation. But he's still new in this game, so he would have to get better with time and experience. So finally, we get the other vampire to come into the house. Do not know where he went. So somehow he gained a skill in bodybuilding. I don't know how. So we're gonna see what kind of vampire interactions we can do. Got a hip bump there. So now this vampire is showing him how it's done. So we're gonna see if we can pick up some skills from this vampire. Yeah, he's not quite there in the power department. It's going to take him some time. So they're still talking about vampire issues. So once again, he's going to show him how he can turn into a bat. But he didn't go all the way. He's still talking about the dark energy, as the bubble indicated. So we're gonna try to have a conversation with him at the same time until we can come up with some other things to do. So now before they do an interaction, they have to sit down, which you may have noticed in Sims 4. Before they start an event, sometimes they have to sit down. I guess the programs must have built it that way it wouldn't glitch. So right now he wants to know more. He wants to get more knowledge on being a vampire. And if you look at the bottom of the screen, you see that's his levels raising. So he starts out as a basic vampire. I believe work his way up to like a master vampire. So he's young in the vampire world. I didn't check, but I believe we might have to check to see whether he has a lifetime life or whether he dies at some moment, at some time. You can use him for a few generations of families. So I guess he's nice to know you. He's getting out of there. So we're gonna see what else we can do in the home. So of course he's a little bored, so he's gonna get on his phone here. Picked up the gaming skill. Watch some TV. Still trying to see maybe he gained up enough points to get some type of plasma fruit available to him. But no, it's the same old thing. There's nothing new here. Nothing new to see here.
Oh.
Okay, so we're gonna try something else.
Skung Yipsy. Rin Shoop Shataub. Hey! Uh-huh. Oh.
So he still has the other basic skills. Like I said, it's no hunger. So these are some of the bonuses in the different levels and different powers that he can gain. So it includes mental telepathy, turning into a bat, and other interactions. So on the left hand side you see those are the powers that he can gain. But on the left hand side, those are the weaknesses that a vampire would normally have. And I believe if you gain this stuff on the right hand side, you can bring them closer to being a human. So we haven't got that far yet. You know, one of the biggest things there is that he can actually turn into a bat. Although you still would have to go through a bat loading screen. So that part hasn't changed. So right now, we're not going to see that interaction in this video because he hasn't gotten to that point yet of experience. Just trying to get an idea of what he has to do. And as you see, it looks like about 5, 10, 25 different powers. And let's see, 11 different weaknesses. Now, I don't know if he gains those weaknesses so that he can overcome them, such as the ability to eat regular food if no blood or plasma is available. So right now he's gained enough skill to be a student in the occult. So he would jump from one level to the next level. I don't know, eventually you move out of that student phase and become a regular full vampire. As you see, one of the weaknesses is that if he tries to eat, he immediately gets sick. So he can't really eat regular food. So I'm assuming that he would gain this particular power which will allow him to eat regular food for social settings, so that he's able to assimilate into other communities. And maybe they will allow him to be able to stay outside in the sun, which would be great if he could just walk around without having to worry about it being night. Okay, so we're going to use one power. It looks like you gain the points as you advance. So that one power is the telepathy ability. He hasn't gained enough points yet to turn into a bat. He's running out of money, so we're going to have to get him doing things to get some money. So we're going to have him do some dark meditation, see if that moves up in the experience meter for vampires. Plus, we'll pick up his energy, which had falling almost to halfway again.
Ooh, Sporgly Gobana.
So I'm going to assume that once he gets more experience and becomes more of a vampire, that his energy bar will last longer. So I'm having him do some other things. Oh, he just got a notice. Oh, this is the big time vampire here. So it looks like he wants to meet him. And this right here is the major vampire. He's at the top of the food chain.
Great.
Now it looks like he has not only leveled up, but he's given him a book on vampires. So now we have a book he can actually increase his skill in his vampire level. So he's moved up to level 2, and he's gotten the book from the master vampire, and he gave him a gift of plasma. Now look at that. That's wonderful. Now we know he
Alone.
eventually he will be able to get that plasma on his own. And as you see, his thirst is almost halfway down. I'm trying to see if I can plant that, like a fruit, but no, I guess a bag is just a bag, so it won't let you plant it. So we're gonna see if we can get that book. I don't know if it went into the bookcase or the inventory. So no, they don't have a separate section where you can buy vampire books. Which of course they wouldn't, because this vampire is passed down from generation. Well, this book is passed down from generation to generation. So they don't not sell it in any store. And this is not the movies. So there are no vampire books. I'm assuming that vampire book is in his inventory. So he's giving him a book that has been passed down from vampire to vampire, from generation to generation.
Oh.
There's not even any vampire novels, which I thought they would have. So we're going to try to increase some of his skills, because eventually he's going to have to earn some money before he gets a regular job. We're going to see what he can do in the programming field. So he's leveled up again. So the book is actually available on the computer. It's a vampire encyclopedia. So now he has the book in his inventory. So I'm guessing that master or grandmaster vampire emailed him the book, or allowed him access to a server where he was able to get the book. So now he can read that book and advance his skill. So he's gained the programming skill. And he seems to get energized really quickly. So he's still at a certain level in terms of his vampire level, but he is leveling up.
Aha. Tariff proud.
So we gotta have him work a little bit on his computer and see if he can pick up a skill and start earning some money. So other than being a vampire, he still has to pay rent. Or as far as I know, I haven't seen the rent part come in yet. But he's in a house, so he's still gonna have to pay some type of rent or mortgage. So we're gonna have him read this book a little bit more, level him up. Let's speed this up here. Trying to see if I can get another level in terms of his computer skills. His energy is running out, so we're just going to jump into the book. So as you see, he's met 2 vampires so far. So this is the master here, so you can see his level in terms of being a vampire, and then this is the other vampire, and he's, I guess, on the second rung, second tier of vampires, while my sim is still on the first tier. So he's trying to learn another skill Plus advance his points to allow him to level up to the next level of being a vampire. So this book is going to take a little while. There's going to be a part 2 to this video. So I want to thank you very much for joining me. Please like and subscribe. It looks like he's learned more. He's learning more. Stay tuned for my second video. Leave your comments down in the comment section. And thank you very much.